Hello there. This is none other than Chef Scott, and today I'll be preparing a wonderful, beautiful meal, and it'll be none other than my egg foo young omelet. And yes, I said egg foo young omelet. Sometimes people just make the egg foo young and they'll have the vegetables or whatever they'll have along with the vegetables cooked into it. But today I'm going to be making an omelet, and I'll be using my ingredients from egg foo young. Just so you know, if you look here, I have my ingredients I'll be using for the inner content of the actual egg foo young omelet. And I have here some none other than some zucchini. I have some squash. I have some carrots. These are all diced. I have peas. I have also red pepper, which is a sweet pepper. And I also have none other than you have to have your bean sprouts. I also have mixed in here a little bit of no more than half a tablespoon of some soy sauce, and I have a tablespoon of some oyster sauce. So without any further ado, let's get started. I'm doing it from scratch, so I have my pan here already ready. I'm going to be putting it on a low-medium heat because I want it to be able to heat up, and also I want it to be able to heat up slowly so that I can actually cook this actual omelet to perfection. And once adding the ingredients, it's going to be just really beautiful. I'll be plating this meal today with some vegetable salad on the side. I'll be having a cucumber and tomato salad, and it's going to be wonderful also. So while I'm heating up the actual pan, I'm going to use some I'm going to use some non-salted butter. Just going to be placing it in here with my hands. Obviously, watch your hands so you don't get them burnt. So there's some non-salted butter. And going to make sure we have this down here on low. Don't want to be too high. Okay, as you see, the butter is starting to melt, which is good. And while the butter is melting, I'm going to make sure that I kind of spread it out because you want it to be spread around the entire skillet. And I would recommend a non-stick skillet because it makes it easier when you're making an omelet so you don't have things sticking to it. So, none other than, let's go with this. So I'm going to be spreading it around. And if you're going to use your non-stick skillet, also make sure that you're doing it with a plastic utensils, so those plastic utensils don't get your skillet scratched. So we're doing it that way. There we go. And should be ready in just a minute. I've already taken the liberty of taking my eggs, and I have the eggs already beaten. So you'll see the eggs are already whipped up. Want to make sure that this kind of spreads around so we get all the edgings. Because it's going to be a reasonably good size omelet. And we're probably not going to use all that ingredients, but I'd rather have more than less so that it gets as much as we can in there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add the egg to the actual skillet here. It's actually a 11-inch skillet. But I want to go ahead and put the actual egg into it. And I gradually put it in here. It's going to start to take its own form, but I'm going to make sure that the whole thing stays round. So, put the egg in. And these are just 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. I'm going to actually have it so it just spreads around to the entire base of the actual skillet. So yeah, there we go. And I'm going to allow it to stand still so it can actually cook evenly. And once this hardens up, you'll see actually it'll kind of come to around the same coloring. And then as it starts to harden some, then I'm going to add the vegetables into it. Now, some people may saute the vegetables in advance. It's not necessarily that you have to, but if you do, that's fine. If not, I like mine to have that crunch to it, to really be able to keep all the nutrients into it, and it really is really good. So I'm going to allow this to, like I said, harden up, and I'll be right back. Okay, at this point, you'll see that the actual eggs are hardening up. So I'm going to start to add on the vegetables. I'm going to put the vegetables just halfway. You don't want to have it beyond the actual halfway line there, but you want to be able to put it so that it's nice. It's fits in there real nice. Has great texture to it, but you don't want to go past that line. Like I said, that's kind of like the middle line for me. And because that's the line we want to be able to flip your egg over, because again, this is egg foo young omelet, not egg foo young, just the plain patty. So I'm just putting it there. Want to have a nice little group there. A little bit more on the side here. And a little on that side. I'm going to add a little bit of the sauce here, because it's some of the sauce. And because it's already hardened on that side, you don't have to worry about it seeping through. So now I'm going to take the time, I'm going to actually do the flipping of the actual egg. Now, when you're getting ready to flip the egg, you want to make sure that you get your spatula as much as possible under that actual lip of that egg. Because it's not hot, I'm going to just utilize my hand a little bit to help hold it together so I can just flip it. A nice simple flip. And that's what I'm talking about, a perfect omelet flip. So that you'll be able to put it, I might even use that in my vocabulary, an omelet flip. Take the little piece off. Don't be afraid to allow your egg to cook some more, because I actually had to flip when it was almost done, but still that yolk is still loose inside the middle. It was hardened at the bottom, but still was loose in the middle, and so I'm allowing it to be able to cook onto it. What you see sizzling right now is part of the actual sauce that came into the with the actual soy sauce and the oyster sauce, which is cooking into the egg also. This is going to be beautiful, believe me. This I just allowed to sit for about no more than about 2 minutes at the most, and it's ready for me to be able to take out. Now it should be ready for me to remove, and I'm going to put it onto my actual plate, and I shall be finished. So, I'm going to use the same spatula. Because it's a non-stick spatula, I should be able to do a good lifting up on it and put it on the plate. Here's my beautiful plate I have. As I told you, I have a tomato and a cucumber salad. I'm going to take this now. As you see, it practically slides off. I'm going to take it and I'm going to actually slide it right onto the plate. And you want to have your plate as close as possible to your actual dish, so you'll see both of them working together. Let me just turn the omelet a little bit so that I'll be able to have it lined up perfectly the way I like it. There she goes. And without any further ado, I'm going to slide this right here to the edge. Put it right there with the vegetables at. Always turn off your stove too when you finish. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This beautiful omelet. This is none other than an egg foo young omelet, and it has a beautiful salad to go along with it. And I'll take some pictures and show it to you just in a minute. Bon appetit from Chef Scott out. Bye.